Okay, we are going to find the second derivative of y is equal to the inverse sine function x, or it's also called the arcsin x. And for the second derivative, that means I just have to take the derivative of this twice. For the first derivative of arcsin x, this is something that you should remember from the table. You don't need to derive it every single time. This is 1 over square root of 1 minus x squared. And now, for the second derivative, I can just look at this equation here and then use the quotient rule, take the derivative of that. No problem. But then since you guys are watching the videos, let me show you another way to do it. So instead of looking at this as 1 over square root, let's pay attention to the square root on the bottom. Okay, let me make this in red. Okay, this is on the bottom. The square root is on the bottom. Instead of looking at this as a quotient, let me write this as this is equal to something raised to the second power. Something raised to a power. And that is going to be, usually square root is 1/2 power. But then since that's on the denominator, that's the same as raised to the negative 1/2 power. Okay, so once again, usually the square root is to the 1/2 power, but since this square root is on the denominator, so that's why we can write this as something raised to the negative 1/2 power. And the inside is exactly just that, 1 minus x squared. So I can just look at the first derivative as this form and take the second derivative. So y double prime. Now we're equal to, and the advantage of this is that I can just use the power rule. So take the power, bring that to the front, and then minus 1. So we are going to get negative 1/2. And the inside stays the same for now. 1 minus x squared. Negative 1/2 minus 1 is negative 3/2. And don't forget to multiply by the chain rule. So the derivative of the inside function. The derivative of inside, which is 1 minus x squared, we have to look at this equation here and take the derivative of that. Derivative of 1 is 0, and derivative of negative x squared is negative 2x. So let me write this as negative 2x. And this is by the chain rule. This is the derivative of inside. And this is pretty much it for the second derivative, and now I just have to clean up. This 2 and that 2 cancel each other out, and this negative and that negative cancel each other out. And let's see if there's anything that we can rewrite. This x will go to the numerator, stays on the top, and the 1 multiplied by that is just x, doesn't matter. But since here we have the negative exponents, so we are going to bring this whole thing down to the denominator. So we are going to get 1 minus x squared raised to the positive 3/2 power, just like this, 3 over 2, like that. And then be really careful on how to rewrite this. The top is just x, no problem, over 3/2 power. The half right here will turn out to be a square root. So that becomes a square root. Okay, this red square root corresponds to the denominator 2 for the exponent here. And the inside of the square root is this, which is 1 minus x squared. And then we have this third power here. So I'll just put the third power right here. And notice that that's what? Which one is this? Now this one is, well, B. Haha. Done. Be really careful because all these answers, they look pretty similar to each other. Okay, that's it.